So this time I'll try to stay inside the frame where it's being recorded. The last one kind of went on the outside of it. So these are the questions from the review, and the test is going to be, the test was like the review, and the retest is going to be the same type of questions. So the directions are to change the following phrases into algebraic expressions. So what I'm looking for here is an expression. An expression is like an algebraic or math sentence that doesn't have an equal sign. So I'm not looking for the answer to this problem. So the first one, number 19, the difference between 5 and 3 divided by 4. Now the difference between 5 and 3 means to subtract. So it's going to be 5 minus 3 and then divided by 4. But what's important here is that you put the parentheses. So without the parentheses, this would not be the difference between 5 and 3 divided by 4. It would be 5 minus 3 divided by 4, which is a different problem. You get a different answer. So the parentheses are very important to have in order for the expression to match the words. On number 20, twice the sum of 10 and x. So twice means 2 times. So you got the sum of 10 and x, and it's twice that. So let me write it like 2 times 10 plus x. So here it really doesn't make a difference whether you put the 2 first or if you were to take the 2 and put it at the end. But what is important is that you have the parentheses around 10 and x, and the reason being that's saying you add first, which is what we want to do. We want to find the sum of 10 and x and then do twice that. Number, I guess it's number 21, 7 times the difference between x and 4. So it's going to be 7 times, difference means to subtract, so I do x minus 4. So I put it in parentheses again, saying that I take the difference between x and 4 before I multiply. And of course, to have a 7 and then a parentheses means to multiply. If I had a plus here, I had to add. But here I just have 7 and a parentheses, so it's 7 times the difference between 7 and 4. 9 multiplied by the sum of 3 and 4. So the sum of 3 and 4 is to put this in parentheses. And you're going to multiply by 9. And that's all there is to it. Here are some of the problems that I modeled the question after. Take a second to look at these and see if you can solve them, and then I'll show you the answers. So here are the answers. If you look at the first one, the difference between 5 and 3 divided by 4. Here it is important that you have the difference between 5 and 3 before the divided by symbol. So in other words, if I were to, let me just show you, if I were to write 4, trying to write it in red, 4 divided by 5 minus 3, this says something different. This says 4 divided by the difference of 5 and 3. Well, we want it to say the difference between 5 and 3 divided by 4. So that does make a difference. Whenever you see divided by, you put the first number first. So 30 divided by the sum of 2 and 3, you put 30 first and then the sum of 2 and 3 second. And again, when you use parentheses, that means you're doing that first. So 10 multiplied by the sum of x and 6 without the parentheses, this would be 100 times x plus 6, which isn't the same as 100 multiplied by the sum of x and 6. So the parentheses are saying to do this first, to do the x plus 6 to find the sum, then multiply by 100.